Every Friday, as we wrap up our broadcast, our friends at Local Waste present a little something we call Trash Talk. All right, this one from Maurice, who says, to the people who don't wave in traffic, who hurt you? Who raised you? Who taught you how to drive? This might be the most Canadian thing to get upset about, but it legitimately ticks me off when I go out of my way to let you in and you just ignore me. Where's my courtesy nod? Where's my basic appreciation? Where's my freaking wave? Oh, and have a great weekend, Real Talkers. That from Maurice, looking for the wave. What about this from Kimberly, who says, Ryan, I love the show, and while I appreciate while you rev up your voice for trash talk, I'd like to remind Albertans with muffler packs, motorcycles, or just shitty cars that they don't need to rev up just to make noise in my neighborhood. What purpose does this ear-shattering noise fill? Are they just jerks that need to make noise when the weather finally turns nice, or is there actually a reason in their tiny little minds? That from Kimberly, not a Harley driver. This from Shayna, who says, people need to stop being so selfish and entitled when it comes to COVID-19. It's been made clear people don't give a rat's ass about anybody else except themselves, especially those of us that have been staying home for months and following health orders. She says, and to Real Talkers, stay safe and healthy. I love that these are all ending on a positive note today. Real talk, trash talk, evolving. What about this one from Karen, an Alberta travel consultant, says there's been no fines handed out at the Calgary airport to returning international travelers that are skipping the 3-night quarantine. It's because the province hasn't adopted the Federal Contraventions Act, which would allow police to issue tickets for Quarantine Act breaches. If people are skipping the 3-night quarantine, what's to say they're not also skipping the 14-night quarantine at home? The travel industry's been shut down for 15 months, and this is doing nothing to help us open up again. All it's doing is letting more rule breakers get away with it. This is how variants get in. We need to have more real talk about this fiasco. That from Karen. This one from Doug. Doug says, short and sweet. Sorry, Sarah, just about gave you a paper cut on the forehead with that one. My apologies. Doug says, short and sweet. I can't believe the junior high school level drama around a political party that's demonstrating it's not interested in leading. They missed the basics the UCP did of understanding a small government, as many of you believe is necessary, is in fact still government and public service and providing critical services and supports to Albertans. When a global pandemic rages, Albertans are instead subjected to more drama, no data, no evidence, no science, no expertise, no leadership. What do I hear? The roar of the UCP Albertosaurus, asking the UCP right now to drop the writ so Albertans can get on with living and building a great province. Doug wants an election right now. How about this one from Nancy, who says, Premier, you've been blaming everybody right now for being unsupportive of your government through this pandemic, including the opposition NDP. Says, when it all comes down to it, this from Nancy in St. Albert, I don't believe you on anything, Premier. I don't believe you weren't aware of the Facebook post from your Justice Minister calling out the media, the opposition, and the federal government. You may not have technologically read it, so you can technically get away with saying you didn't see it, but I have no doubt somebody told you about it, or you've got a brutal staff. I'm also certain you've already contacted the minister regarding the post. Perhaps not you yourself, but there was definitely communication. I will finish by saying, when people show you who they are, believe them. That from Maya Angelou. I do not lack belief. That from Nancy in St. Albert. And finally, this from Marshall, the angry wild roser, an open letter to the Premier submitted to Trash Talk. Says, Premier, your leadership's been built on a corrupt base of cheating and lies during the leadership race. We're now seeing the fruits of a tree with rotten roots. Those of us who supported you through donations, lawyers, car dealerships, oil and gas, MLAs, we need to take responsibility to remove you now. None of us are blameless. Marshall's kind of trash talking himself through this. He says, stop the drinking, we deserve better. Stop the lying, we deserve better. Stop the manipulation of our executive, we deserve better. Stop hiding from a leadership review. Guess what? We deserve better, says Marshall. Stop the ministers who coerce, intimidate, and bully our constituency associations into signing support letters for you. We deserve better. This is obviously an insider perspective, friends. Stop the ministers who refuse to have CA meetings because they're afraid of what they may say. We deserve better. Stop the backroom deals regarding car insurance. We deserve better. Stop the bullying of my MLA. I don't know which one it is. Marshall says he deserves better. Stop the fraudulent expenses. We deserve better. Stop the open war on strong women inside your government. We deserve better, says Marshall. The next leader of this province will be a woman. It's up to you, Jason. Will it be Rachel or someone from the UCP? We know who we're supporting. That from Marshall, the angry wild roser. Monday's show kicks off with a bang. Sarah Hoyles has a great one in store. In the meantime, a reminder, RyanJesperson.com, 8 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Our merch shop is wide open. In the meantime, have an amazing weekend, friends, and we'll talk to you soon.